In a world filled with thousands of real estate agents, one agent rises to the top with an architecture background. Hey everyone, Justin Phillips here. Welcome to my classroom again. We're going to talk a little bit about iBuyers today, about the pros and cons of each. If you don't know what they are, you might be living under a rock somewhere, but they are invading our markets. There's a lot of advertising. They're doing really good at getting their message out. The truth of the matter is, I think we just found out that they own less than 0.2% of all the sales that are happening across the nation. I think in Denver, they are definitely less than 5%, or in Phoenix, where they're started, less than 5%. And here in Denver, I think they make up about 2% of the sales. So they're not huge, but they're definitely out there, and people are asking a lot of questions. If you don't know what they are, basically it is a company that is coming in with investors and offering to buy your property, so you don't have to put it on the market. And we will get right into the pros and cons. Let's start with the cons. Basically, the first thing is you lose equity. And if my marker would work, well, it's worse. Equity. Okay, what that means is basically they're going to offer you a lot less than market price, so that way they can take on the risk, if you will, of being able to turn around and resell the house and flip it. They're going to flip your own house. You might not think your house is flippable, but if you work with an iBuyer, definitely. So that's number one. You lose a lot of equity. I heard some people even losing like 20 to 30% of equity that they're leaving on the table. And I don't know about you guys, but basically when I retire and sell my house and travel the country or whatever I'm going to do, I want to be able to get the most for my house and all the hard work that I did, making my payments on time and paying off my mortgage and doing all those things. So I don't want to give that to someone else. Maybe you do. I don't know. Number two, basically, you do not work with a person. So you work with investors, and this market is going to suck. So that's why we're using it for the cons. You work with investors or a corporation. So what that means is you have a question. Good luck getting a hold of someone to ask your question. The other thing is you're working with a business, so they're working on bottom dollar, making sure that they make money. They don't really care about, if you raised 4 kids there, if it's a generation house, you have grandparents living there, or anything like that. They're just going to give you dollars and cents. And for some people that works. Some people that either have a lot of crap in their house and don't want anyone to see it or move it around. Also, there's higher fees. And so we're saving time because we can sell it when we want. Yes, but think about it. The higher fees that you're having to pay are basically, it's also related to that bad word that everyone doesn't like to talk about is commission. I've found on average that iBuyers actually charge more in holding the property and selling it and buying it from you in fees that cost more than what a high-paying real estate agent would charge you. It's even more than that. I've heard as much as even double digits, which is crazy. So it makes me look like a discount broker. Go figure. So that's kind of the cons. So we'll jump into the pros because you're like, well, why would people pick an iBuyer? And so the first one is you can pick your closing date. Oh, this marker works much better. So you get to pick your closing. Basically, they'll give you an offer. You decide if that works for you. They'll come in and they'll figure out like, okay, this wall needs to be painted. That wall needs to be patched. We need to replace this countertop. We need to fix this cabinet. All those little things that you'd probably do yourself if you're looking to sell the property, they're going to upcharge you for. Kind of the same way a builder upcharges for all of the upgrades, upgrades to get it marketable and stuff like that. They're gonna charge you a lot more for that. But basically, you don't have to do any of that. So you just pick your date and you close. The other pro is that you don't have to do showings. So no showings. No show. That's kind of cool. If you have, like I said, if you have a lot of crap in your house and you don't have to pick that up for anyone, then you can do an iBuyer and they will not show the house. They just have one person that comes in, gives you a value, and you're done. So that's the other thing. And then the other thing is the no cleanings. I kind of touched on that already, or upgrades. So basically what it comes down to, they offer you less, they charge you more, and then they're making the profit and they go to resell it. So you just have to choose, if you have a ton of stuff in your house, or say you're getting a divorce and you need to close really quickly, or you're moving across the country, then an iBuyer might be for you. But I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't leave a lot of money on the table, and I would want to get the most, no matter how hard it is, put some elbow grease into it and get the most money for my house in the shortest amount of time possible, and I'd work with a professional. So you guys have to decide what works for you. If you guys have any comments or questions, I welcome those. I'll be happy to answer those. And then obviously, follow me. If you search for Exceeding Homes, you can see more videos like this, and I hope to do this a lot more often. So thanks for watching.